Hey, what is up? Today I'm going to be showing you something completely brand new, and it is an exploit that you can use right now to benefit yourself within the season pass. Not only this, I'm also going to be showing you a great way to level up from 1 to even level 50. Now, all of this will be included in today's video. If you do appreciate the hard work, make sure that you give this video a like and consider subscribing. We are first going to talk about the legendary cache exploit. What you will need to do is head over towards a Whisper objective. This can be anything such as exploring a cellar, taking out enemies, collecting pretty much essentially animus. But anyways, whatever it is, what you want to do is make sure that you fill up the whole entire bar like you see down below. For example, what you see down below, it says return to the tree of whispers to claim your reward, and it's filled up all the way. So we're going to then locate the waypoint and fast travel over towards this general direction. We will then let the load screen pop up, and then once we're at the spawn point, we just want to head towards the right side. So what we'll do is head towards the Whispers of the Dead, talk to them, claim the reward, and whether it is legendary or not, it honestly does not matter. Just throwing that out there in case you are questioning this. But for example, I was able to acquire a legendary cache. What we are going to do next is pause so that we're at the map, go towards the top, choose the season tab, and then what you're going to see is the chapters. If we head towards chapter 3, there is a specific challenge asking you to acquire different types of caches, right? In order to complete this challenge. What you can actually do is just drop the item, pick it back up, and do this about 10 times or however many times you need to do in order to complete the challenge. So what I'm going to do right here is not edit a single thing out. I'm just going to drop it, pick it back up, and rinse and repeat this until the challenge pops up like so. I'm going to then open up the battle pass here and we'll check out what's going on. So we'll go towards the season journal, go towards the third one, and then let's go down all the way, and what do you know? The challenge is completed. It's that simple. A bit ridiculous, but it does work and it is effective. If you're just bored of grinding it out specifically for those caches, then this is just going to make things a little bit easier so that you can then obviously complete the challenge, and you do not need to farm this up at least until you're about, what, tier 4? Or better yet, tier 3 would probably be the best, at least in my opinion. I do not farm these specifically at this low of a tier. I'm sure some of you out there may do this, but personally I find it better, to just do that later on. I'm more focused on leveling and just trying to get my character up to speed. If you're curious on will this work with other challenges or whatever it may be within the chapters, sure, it might just work. I have yet to test on other stuff, but for sure it does work on the caches. What we're going to talk about now is a great way to level up during the season 1. What you want to do is head over here towards the bottom portion of the map and locate Lost Archives, which is not too far from Kiovashad. You want to go inside and do this until you're up to level 12, and then you can progress on towards a better dungeon. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe in the seasonal pass, most of these dungeons, if not all of them, you can just enter in right away. For example, when it came down to the Eternal Realm, it was based on your character's level, so you would have to reach level 30 in order to enter in certain dungeons. For example, Blind Burrows, I believe, is level 40 in order to enter inside. I do not believe this is the same after the seasonal pass, but to be honest, I cannot remember. Continuing on, the second location that you will want to travel towards is going to be up here towards the left side, and the dungeon is going to be Calabel Mines. This spot is absolutely great on both Eternal Realm and Seasonal, so I definitely recommend that you guys try this out as soon as you can. And what you're going to see here is that we're at this grassy field, so go up towards the top, and then we're going to go inside the mine. You're going to notice that there's going to be quite a few enemies as well as these events that you can participate in. Sometimes it may just be something completely different, but for this one, in this case, it's going to be the one where you protect the shrine, and then afterwards you are able to interact with it. This is great, and then just go towards the end, beat the boss, reset the dungeon by exiting out, pausing the game, and then resetting the dungeon on the right side. I did not know this was a feature until recently, which some of you were able to let me know down in the comment section. For some reason, I did not see that on the right side. So odd. But you can do that, and I definitely recommend that you guys try that. Although, there are situations where you may run into this, where You try to reset the dungeon and you cannot do so. For whatever reason, it said that I was with a party member and I obviously am not. So that might just be a bug or an issue that's currently going on. And if that is the case, what you can do is obviously exit out of the game by leaving the game, not quitting the game, just leave the game. Join back by clicking start, and you should see that everything will then be back to normal. The dungeon has reset, and you can then reset the dungeon on the right side again. I'm only recommending this method right here. The second method is just in case you experience something that I went through there a few seconds ago, where it supposedly said that I had somebody with me, in which I absolutely did not have anyone with me. Now we're going to continue on towards the next dungeon, which is towards the top portion, where it's almost near Kyovashad. It's more up towards the top here, but we're going to go ahead and travel from Kyovashad towards the top left, and once you're inside, go ahead and start taking out the enemies. This one location is great because it's short. There's a lot of enemies, it's compacted, and to be fair here, I do not see a lot of you running into too much trouble. I do recommend that you try this out on World Tier 2 so you can benefit more off of the XP. I have no issues running this on World Tier 2, not too sure if anybody else is, but yeah, you shouldn't have too much of a problem with it. Now, if you're curious on if there is a different way of farming besides going towards these dungeons, you absolutely can. You can travel towards Core Dragon's Stronghold and farm that up a couple of times. It's not bad for XP, there's quite a few enemies. It's compacted similar to this, and if you do want to reset that, I believe you do have to exit out and join back. That does not mean completely exit out of the game. When I mean exit out, I just mean leave the game. But of course, when you do join back, it will reset everything. If you want, you can try to pause the game, reset the dungeon on the right side, and see if that works. Obviously, it's not going to be a dungeon because it's going to be a stronghold. I'm just throwing that out there in case you can do that. I've yet to test that, but if you guys can let me know it works down below, that'd be pretty cool. Overall, this is a great way to level up, and you're able to complete the challenge. If you guys are curious on what's the exploiter glitch, that's going to be the challenge specifically. And if you're wondering, is the farm a glitch? No, it's not. It's just a farm. I'm separating both in between with the title there, but thank you all for currently watching the videos. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Other than that, thank you for checking out the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.